Yo, we're going live. This is going to be a proper trading session number one. The previous video was just the starting point, and I wanted to start because there's so many interesting things going on in the market with the downward momentum. So I think this is going to be a perfect time for some scalping. And actually, there's probably some scalp to be done on already on ETH here, because we're going to go with the flow and basically try to get something on this reversal of the dip. But basically this is just a quick scalp, so nothing really fancy. If it goes against us, we're going to quickly liquidate the position, because it might be the shortest videos if suddenly ETH decides to go down crazily. As you can see, for now it's good. I think I didn't catch the bottom really, but it's still pretty okay. The goal is here to scalp a little bit of the entries. We have 1000 on Perps, so it's nothing crazy, and it quickly can, especially on this kind of leverage, it can quickly get burned. So we're going to just scalp a little bit and find good entries to make sure that we're profitable by the end of the day. So yeah, we're still like below $1,000 with what we are having here. Looking for some of the entries here. As you can see, this is a little bit of scalping. Small P&L of $10, but yeah, this is a good way to start. So as the reminder, we're I think everywhere on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter. You can ask questions anywhere. The goal here is to really go to as far as we can go, to $1 million if possible, but first of course to $10,000 and beyond. I think that's definitely possible within like, first of all, some luck, and then with a good strategy. Strategy here is mostly scalping. We're going to go with the momentum trades. So scalping basically here indicates that we want to go very quickly with some of the things, especially like trying to find those kind of dips and then go with them, and also the other way around. So we also trying to, we probably, if going to hit a little bit higher, then we're probably going to go against it and start shorting, because as you can see, there was this kind of here reversal of the trend at this point. I could have hold. As you can see, I panicked a little bit. This would be already a great trade here. I'm not sure this is going. Yeah, this might get reversed again, but this is what we're going to do. So this should be live everywhere on each platform. You probably can find me also on Twitter and ask questions there. Yeah, it should be live. So everything should be going fine here. Judging by the sentiment and generally looking at the market, if you look at things like CoinGlass with the... let me just reload the data. You can see that it's mostly, if it's green, it might be a little bit confusing, but if it's green, it's mostly longs being liquidated, meaning we go down and longs are liquidated. So if it's super green, it means we're going down to hell. And if it's super red, then it's the other way around. And here you can see that mostly longs were liquidated, except for pump, which shorts get liquidated, because actually pumped for a little bit, and then we went down. So this is cool. Also, if you look at the market generally here on CoinGecko, you can see that well, the market cap is going down by 8%. So we went down from $4 trillion to 3.8, which is which is not good in the long term. Ethereum being on the down move, and we're basically looking for scalping it a little bit, because I think there's going to be some interesting momentum here, as you can see with the price action. I don't think we get the full V reversal, so we might start shorting some of it with 25x leverage. This is pretty of course risky thing, but I think we should be fine in the end. Like I really looking forward to some of the scalp and basically scalp it a little bit to see what we can get to. Yeah, a little bit of scalping here and there. I'm just trying to, catch the trend one direction or the other. Here you can look at the funding, and it's negative, meaning more people are shorting than longing, which means that if it's too much, then actually we might get a short squeeze. So you have to beware shorting. I think we should be getting down in the end because, you know, because of this downward momentum. But on the other hand, if there are like too many already longs liquidated, then we actually might be getting something. Oh, there's one website I need to go to, which is really cool one. We're going to go with that one. This is the cool one thing, because you can see what people on Hyperliquid are doing. We're trading on Hyperliquid, so that means that also use the code PC Crypto down below for the additional discounts on the platform and other stuff. So this is where we're trading right now, the largest and the best decentralized exchange currently, and they also are getting additional airdrop sometimes in the future. And of course, Hype token itself had really great price action here. I mean, if you manage to got it around the time when it was out at around like I think $4 or yeah, it's not even noted here, but on the first day it was trading for like $3-4 in the beginning, so you get that and basically right to the $40-50 for like 20x or 10x. Then that was pretty crazy. Of course, right now it's in a downfall as well, so it might be a good point also to, you know, short it a little bit on the downtrend. If you were to look for that kind of trade, we're going to put actually a small short here. Same for, well, Ethereum is a little bit risky, right? Because there's more attention on Ethereum, but still on Hyperliquid we also can get pretty much liquidated. The goal here is to really go with crazy leverage, and because this is the only way to actually make it to 10x in your account to a certain extent. So this is really going to be a little bit crazy. Isolated position, yeah, maybe we can do isolated. And again, I'm more on the, and definitely more on the shorting side right now, as you can see. Because this is basically what we're trying to get. Let's see how it goes in general. So yeah, this is going to be the whole series of streams. Also, what I plan to do is, well, hopefully I do not blow up this account, but if I do, then probably I just load another one, and maybe I just do it also on Lighter or Extended, which are two of the other exchanges that I trade on, because those are decentralized exchanges that are coming with the airdrop sometime in the future. You can get points for trading, so I think it's pretty cool. Now, we're going to go do also logs. I think logs are the best, because if you note how much PNL you got in the session or what you did in the session, and also what were your goals or what were you thinking, what were the errors, then in the end, that's going to be very useful. And also you should remember that you can always put that back into, for example, ChatGPT to get something out of it, something interesting. Okay, so we got the price action going up. This is probably because, you know, small short squeeze, but I'm betting on not a full reversal, so going to hold the position for a little bit, because I don't think that we're getting the full reversal would be going like that. I don't think we're in that position. I think we're in a downward trend, so we're going to get some dips like that, and that's going to go back. So that's what we're betting on right now. I think it should be fine in the end. And yeah, I wanted to do this streaming sessions because I'm spending a lot of time just looking at the charts, plus going through Twitter anyway. So I thought this would be good to actually have it in one place, to also talk with people and basically show what can be done, and have some fun also on the side, and be more on the degenerate side, because when I'm trading by myself without, you know, cameras on, then I'm basically more on the safe side. So I usually do usually 10x is probably the maximum I would go with, if I'm certain. But definitely very rarely I do something like 20x, 40x leverage. Usually it's even for longer holds, so meaning not something like I would hold for just scalping. That would be mostly 2x, 3x. That's the leverage I'm more comfortable with. Or just buying spot. You can always buy spot, and that's fine. Here we're doing a different stuff, so we're going to see how it goes, and what can be done here. So for now, yeah, in the end, like you can see that basically we should have hold this long in the beginning that I've opened, but nobody's perfect. We're going to see, so this is cool stuff. Again, I was talking about this tracker, coinmarketman.com hyper tracker. This is really cool because you can see those kind of different cohorts. So the cohorts depends on how big of a portfolio one has. So shrimps are the smallest. I think those people, I think there's explanation somewhere where you can see how much people hold actually. I think if I were to click it, then we're going to see some of that. Where is it? But those are like small wallets, meaning that, oh yeah, you have it here. So those are the wallets that are holding up to $250. So we're not even a shrimp. I think we're like fish. Yeah, fish is $250 to $10,000, and you can see basically that all those people here are super bullish. If you and the funny thing always, because it always works like that, the shrimp are so the people with the smallest wallets have the most bullish out view, and the farther you go ahead, the less bullish people tend to be. And especially if you go to Leviathans, which are people holding at least like $5 million in their wallets, then suddenly you see that people are bearish. So it's cool to compare because like in the end, if you think about it, then shrimp doesn't matter, right? Like if you are a shrimp, then you don't have any kind of impact on the market. So it doesn't matter what you do. Same for most of the guys here. Maybe when you're a whale, so holding 500k to 1 million, you might have some kind of an impact. If you're not trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, or you're trading smaller coins, then you might have some kind of an impact, but still rather not. You have to really be a Leviathan to have more of an impact, and those guys are short most of the time. But it's not enough. So you basically what you want to check is you can also check not all of the Leviathans, because some of them are losing money, of course. They're like giga-wrecked. You can go with the guys who are money printers. So again, this is basically guys who have over $1 million P&L. So mostly those guys, this is probably the best indicator. Those guys are slightly bearish. So a little bit bearish, but not too much. And that's why they usually tend to be good indicators for what's happening in the market. So far, we're losing a little bit. That's fine. This is we're getting a little bit of a reversal here on this position. I don't think it goes above that. If we go, then yeah, we're pretty much going to blow this one. Well, at least this one. This is isolated position, so that's fine. With hype, we didn't put any, so we don't have any stop losses. I usually put some kind of a stop loss, but here we're going full degenerate at least, and just monitoring the position all the time. So nothing should happen anyway. I mean, unless we lose quite a lot. I'm thinking whether I want to add anything to the position, because in the end, like, we can go a little bit more degenerate with probably also Sol. I'm going to short it a little bit here. Oh, I did on cross. Okay. I mean, having cross position is sometimes fine as well. Well, if you if at least some of the things won't move against you. Yeah, I'm not. It would be super strange if you go in the straight line. I mean, it can happen. Then it will be very short session, I guess, but I doubt it. So we got all in all $1,000 value of deposit, and we have a position value of 12,000. Even a little bit more, 13,000. So pretty cool. And we're going to go and see what happens. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is a really great indicator. We're going to go a little bit into that. I like looking at the wallets of what other people are watching and doing right now, especially if you have those kind of people, right? Like you have, you can analyze the whole wallet and basically see what he did, right? And this is crazy, right? Because he has like drawdown from $20 million to 600,000. right? So he lost basically like over 95%. And then he went on a super run and basically made $45 million. So he doubled. It's pretty crazy. I mean, the amount of people that are doing crazy stuff is amazing. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Okay, let me look at some of the comments. I have them to check what's happening and whether I can answer any questions or anything. I don't know if there's like a good thing to have in one place all the chats, because that would be probably the best from all the different places. Because if not, then I would have to go probably one by one by one by one. Okay. Yeah, just going through Kick, Twitch, YouTube. Let's see what's happening here. And see what's... Yep, let's go. We're basically now waiting a little bit. Let's see what happens. And if not, I'm going to hold that position for a little bit. I plan to have those sessions. I mean, 30 minutes at the very minimum, but probably up to 2 hours. That's the point where you can hold all the attention. I mean, you could probably do it for much longer, but yeah, this is something that I'm going to do. Let me check what's happening in other places as well. Okay, answering some questions on what coins I'm going to trade. Basically, for the coins that I'm looking at, this is for the rules basically. So I'm mostly looking at majors in the first place. So those 3 shorts that I have are in the Hyperliquid ETH right now. BTC is also interesting. I might do a little bit of pair trading or just longer spreads, meaning that, for example, I could short Hyperliquid ETH and then long BTC as a hedge. But I'm going to also look at some of the meme coins, because those are great for the volatility, and we want to have coins to be super volatile, because basically we want to make a lot with the account, and we can't play it safe. So Pepe used to be a great indicator for some of the stuff, but basically after, I think like since something like 2024, the end of 2024, it's got a little bit worse as an indicator to what's happening with ETH. It's definitely underperforming. ETH was doing much better, did like 2x, 3x, and I think Pepe maybe doubled at the same time. So it used to be that Pepe was basically levered ETH to like I think 1.5 or 2x. So you would expect something like 4x on Pepe, but basically after the all-time high, I think in November 2024, that was it. So Pepe is not that interesting. Well, it's still a little bit interesting, but it basically moves like Ethereum at this point. So, which means that we actually might get the V reversal, because you see this here. This is what we're trading here. And we're saying that we're getting the V reversal on Pepe, which means that we might be getting the V reversal here on ETH, but we're going to see. I mean, I'm starting to get less and less confident in the position. I don't think we go to this line here with the liquidation price, but we're going to see that. Might be tight. Still, I think the momentum is pretty negative. Also, not only judging by Twitter, but what's happening in general. And also, August is usually a pretty calm month where you have a lot of chops. The past, 2024 August was really, really bad. 2021, I think, or 2021 was amazing. That was the moment where we went all up. And I think like 2022 was not really great. That was the moment after the blowups of Luna and all the other stuff, so it was all down. 2023, I don't remember. That was probably, let's check on CoinGecko what was happening with ETH in 2023. Yeah, it was going down, basically chopping. So as you can see, it was around $2,000 at the beginning of July, and then it went down in August to basically $1.5 thousand on Ethereum. So not much was really happening, and a little bit of down action here. So this might be what we're looking at here. Not to the great start. I mean, we did a little bit of profits, but we would have been much better if we managed to get, you know, the longs in the beginning much shorter, especially on Ethereum. But yeah, I'm going to hold that a little bit, still not cutting. It might get cut for me here, but that's fine. But I don't think we go as far as there. Yeah, so also let's have a look at some of what the other guys are doing. So I was mentioning just this guy on this Leviathan that did this amazing run from 600,000 to like 40 millions. What he was doing is, well, what he's doing right now is he's basically shorting everything, right? He has a short. He has a. No, sorry. He has a. What does he have? No, he has a shorts on everything. I'm looking at the. He started shorting ETH actually pretty early, it seems. So that didn't go well, right? He's still holding. He had the entry on ETH of like $3,200, right? So that's pretty low. So he must have shorted like already a month ago, and this is a pretty crazy thing because he has super negative P&L, right? He's like minus $10 million just on ETH, but he already made $1.4 million on funding because the funding went crazy, and because he was holding this for so long, it basically paid him quite a lot. So this is already pretty cool. He got great entry on Sol, XRP, BTC. Well, XRP not necessarily. I mean, he also probably started shorting that like a month ago. Though I think all those positions were maybe around here, right? Like this would probably, that was his lowest point here. Right. So he was longing them since like I think like mid-June. It seems from what he got. He's 100% in shorts, exposure $187 million, pretty crazy stuff. And he's basically shorting this kind of a basket of majors plus pump. With pump, he has pretty good entry. So he's making a lot of money on funding. He has some newer positions too on like Sui, Pepe. He's longing Pepe, he's longing Doge here, so that's pretty cool. He's shorting Trump, longing Wave, and shorting BCH. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So he's making quite a lot of money just from funding, which is pretty great. This is, yep. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. My Twitter usually is mostly memes, I guess. Well, sometimes it has. This guy, Chifingza, is really great trader. I think on Bybit, he's one of the leaderboards, so he's like great P&Ls. What he's doing, he's shorting massively everything. He has greater, I think, entry points, right, from above. Yeah, probably the best entry point was here, or if you manage to get in the morning, right, like around here, because we get this brutal V reversals here, and then it's still going down afterwards. So this is what I'm counting here on happening. We're going to hold the position for a little bit longer and see then. Generally speaking, August will be probably shorting a lot, especially Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum will get to $4,000 in August. It might in September or November or October maybe. I'm definitely bullish October, November. This is the period, especially if you remember November 2021. That was the period where there was a lot of volatility and a lot of things went up quite a lot. Especially, I think the peak was like mid-November, end of November, beginning of December. That was amazing. Let me check. Yeah, the peak was 12th November for Ethereum at least, and I think for the alt season that was a little bit later, right? Because after you had this run up, then everything went up there. This cycle we really just touched 4,000 Ethereum twice. At the beginning, March 12th, and then we had 2024, and then we had like in December 2024. And that's it, and we're touching it right now, or at least we touched it, and I think that was the thing, and we're probably going to revisit that maybe October, November, maybe before that. So until that, I think it's I'm going at least more on the short side of Ethereum, even though for the long term I'm definitely a believer in like $10,000 Ethereum. This is I'm holding spot Ethereum and not selling that for the longer term, but trying to be more on the delta neutral side here when it comes to perps, and just short quite a lot. I think it's a great period basically for if you short on perps and buy on spot, because you get a lot of opportunities. Of course, you can't do that with meme coins and smaller coins, but with majors, Ethereum and stuff like that, it's definitely doable. And this is where some of the price action will be very, very interesting. So especially for those three, if you want to buy on spot things like ETH, Hype, Sol on those dips, I think those will be great trades in the long term. Because if you have things like, you know, $160 Solana, ETH for 3,000, maybe if we get there, then it's going to be really great. Yep. We're basically waiting here. Let's see what will happen in the end. Yep. Those are usually cool stats when you can see who's getting liquidated and where. Mostly longs right now, indicating the price is going down, and basically you have this downward momentum. So I think this is pretty cool to see. I'm usually watching this stuff. I'm watching what's happening on chain, on Hyperliquid specifically, with people like that. So let's explore a little bit more. Oh, there's some guy who's probably risking a lot. He's that's pretty crazy. I don't know if he... No, he's just... okay. That's his P&L in the beginning. Yeah, for the moment I thought he was the one who actually did from $1,000 to something like $20 million, which is pretty crazy, but that's just equity curve. And if you look at P&L, it's much lower, meaning that he started just making money around July, and before that he basically put into account something like $500,000, which is still amazing. And he went with that to, well, he did make, at the peak, he made like $70 million. That's his P&L. And then he's down to $6 million basically. And right now he has like super big exposure on BTC and Ethereum. And he managed to, well, what he bought that. Oh, he must be holding that for some time actually, because the funding is pretty high. So he actually opened these positions, I think, some time ago. Yeah, this is usually what gets you the most money. If you hit with high leverage, big positions, if you don't get liquidated, especially in the beginning, then you're good to go. And we had this upward momentum for Ethereum. And if you manage to get the entry and not get liquidated in the first day or so, then we went quickly past that and you were good to go. Of course, the top was here. I think he believed that Ethereum will keep on going, and that didn't happen. But he's still holding the position. Yep, let's see what's yeah, we're getting a little bit down. So on the long, we're just looking at the short term, right? So on the short term, that was the lower high probably. This is what I'm betting. And we're going to see whether we get the full, down move here. I'm not going to get too greedy if that happens, because this might be just a chop August. So we might not even get that down. Of course, it would be amazing as a buying opportunity to get Ethereum to like $3,000 again or below that. Then, of course, that would be great for, riding with a larger position for the longer time, buying it on leverage or buying spot also. As I said, I'm a huge fan of Ethereum, so long term, this is definitely a hold. But short term, it is what it is, because you have the momentum running. And as you can see, especially if you zoom out, the momentum is down. And because of the macro events, things like FOMC meeting that didn't go well, people were expecting rates or something, and that didn't happen. We're probably going to see a little bit of chop. And this is what we're playing. Nothing fancy, just scalping. So this is the goal here with the premise. I just want to explore what other people are doing. Yeah, this one is interesting because he longs one token, but the value is $5. He shorts everything. His exposure of $160 million, right? So he had pretty great P&L. Oh, he's actually super negative. All time it's still this. Oh, I see, because he's holding actually spot positions. So this is a new thing on Hyperliquid from some time ago. Thanks to Unit, which is like additional component on Hyperliquid, you can do spot holding, so you don't have to pay, funding or anything like that. And he has a massive position of Hype. So probably this guy's well known on Twitter, maybe. Let's see whether we can find this guy. Yeah, this just one mention of that person here. Super interesting. So even though, his combined equity of $50 million, but actually his P&L of all time is zero, almost. Or at least it's very, very low, because most, like, he has P&L on Perps quite a lot, but he's holding a lot of spot, and that spot is pretty negative right now. So it is what it is. But actually, yeah, let me check this one more thing. Is he trying, because he might have like delta neutral positions, and I just wanted to compare whether he's exactly the same. No, it's not exactly the same, but to some extent he's trying to hedge his position. So for example, he has $10 million hype position here, like on shorts, and he's holding, well, 20,000. So he's holding 1 million in hype, and he has generally he has $50 million on Perps. That's the balance. So he's not going to get liquidated, I think, anytime soon, at least. But yeah, he's like a massive short on Ethereum, with he's basically $100 million short on Ethereum from 3,700. So it's a little bit higher. So he's in profit right now. Interesting. Let's see what's happening elsewhere on different markets as well. I'm usually also looking at things that have moved quite a lot. So either went down a lot or went up a lot. Yep, this is interesting. Let's see what we can find. I'm just thinking whether we want to do something more degenerate and just cut the positions, reopen some other things, but we might wait a little bit longer. I mean, this is right now, all depends on what would happen here, whether we get, where is the whether we get this kind of chop here, or whether we get something like that. I wouldn't expect the second one. Something like that is more probable. This is but if it's going to last just too long, then I'm going to cut it anyway. I don't want to, as the rules of the streams are, I'm not going to leave anything overnight, at least not for now. So everything has to be done during the streaming, at least for now. Or maybe if I leave it, then I have to close it on stream as well in order to just have everything on stream, all the positions. That probably, sometimes that might be better. If I really want to hold some particular short or long, this might be way better. Let me. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to go much higher. Probably like this, but also I would go rather like this. And we can see what will happen in a moment. Yeah, in the meantime, yeah, I think, coming back, I want also, Fartcoin has positions also on $5 million in spot Fartcoin, and then, yeah, around $5 million on shorting. So this is pretty cool. I think like I didn't think about that, but I think like there's going to be more and more strategies just on Hyperliquid where you can just buy on spot, because it's super easy. If you go to here, you find spot, and then you go with this by market cap. Then the first ones you will find this that do not have the market cap. Those are the coins that are not that are basically coming from other blockchains, because you have a lot of coins that are coming that are just meme coins on Hyperliquid, right? Like super small ones. But then you have quite a lot of coins that are, thanks to the unit, you can trade them here, you can hold them, and you have especially BTC, Ethereum, you have Spot Pump, Spot Sol, Fartcoin. So I think this is pretty cool if you want to do some more advanced strategies as well. Or like having delta neutral positions, like you buy on spot ETH and then you short ETH at the same time. This is usually what I would play here, but again, with $1,000 here that we're playing with, the only strategy to make it is do degenerate bets and just going with, you know, huge leverage and trying to catch the trend. And this is basically what we're trying to do here. Yeah, in the meantime, waiting for the positions to go down a little bit, we can find what's happening else in the market, get inspired by some of the guys. Did we just no? Yeah, this is the guy we just were watching. Boom. Oh, this one is interesting, but but that might be either a bot or like the trading or Hyperliquid itself. I don't remember. Yeah, probably you can check that because this is the one. You have 71 open positions, a lot of holdings. So we're not trading with bots here, so I'm going to. Oh, this wallet is publicly claimed. We can probably see the guy also somewhere. Oh, he's actually on the long side. But yeah, he's negative P&L recently. In the past 24 hours, he went minus $4 million. But general overall, he's like $6 million in plus. So that's always cool. At his peak, he was like $50 million, and he did that within 1 month. So this is really crazy, right? Because you can see that he went from mid-June to basically end of July with $50 million P&L, and this is usually crazy. And he probably and he did all of that on Perps, which is great to analyze always. Yeah, so yeah, I'm probably going to do that on the next stream where we actually go in the history, because I think it's cool to have a look at the history of what these guys are doing. This one in particular, because he has probably some interesting things in the past that he was bullish on. He's yeah. Yeah, this is crazy, right? Because you can find him. He's the guy here, and he has like 4,500 followers, right? So usually it's there's inverse correlation of how many followers you have versus to how much capital you have. This guy in particular is a great example of that. He's like $10 million on chain. You can verify his transactions, and then boom. And then there are like many influencers, because like 200,000 followers and they have like $10,000 in total. So never, and you should listen to guys like this and not the guys who has, you know, like just yap a lot. Especially for traders. I mean, if you're about content creation, then you should probably listen to the guys who manage to get a lot of followers. But if you want to trade a lot, then you should listen to guys like this. And there's always there's always things like that. You shouldn't listen. You should listen to the guys who made it the way you wanted to make it. And that's why I'm trying to analyze these guys, because this is the best way to actually see what's happening on chain. And even if you see something on Twitter, then usually it's post factum, because those guys are posting after they made it, or whether and not when they actually are making the trades. Hyperliquid is great because you have everything on chain. This is not true for different centralized exchanges, so it doesn't really, you can't really follow all the guys on like Bybit or Binance or other places, or Maxi, but it's definitely possible on Hyperliquid. So I think that's cool. Yeah, so this guy's yeah, he probably made most of his money here. If I were to guess, because again, he's a substantial funding. So he made it with 20x leverage and buying that pretty early on, right? So he managed to get those big positions early on. And that was probably, especially for Ethereum, he managed to get the full leg up, and that was probably what he was holding when he was up at the top. So that was probably Ethereum at the like 3,900. So he's still bullish, he's still holding, and that's pretty cool, as you can see. But yeah, he has some hype staked. Usually I think it's great. I mean, if we manage to run this account up, then definitely staking some hype is great, because it lowers your discount rate, fees and general stuff. So it's easier, cheaper to trade. You get lower, you get lower fees, which is great. I just want to move. Yeah, let's see how manageable will be the whole thing. Yep. Yeah, let me just maybe put some stop losses. I think I want to have them. Let's see. I don't need them here. I probably want to have just in case. Yeah, this is a good place. If I have a stop loss, and then for Sol, we're going to put a stop loss probably. Let's see. Might be up a bit. Yep. Good. Yeah, I just wanted to put stop losses here, because for Ethereum we get natural stop loss when it comes to the liquidation, and that's fine. This is the full margin that we have, so we're just going to lose this $200. But I didn't want to. There's like, because of the cross margin, then I don't want to risk with losing even more than we have on the account. So yeah, this is it. And we're going to go with I also like the stories of how people started. I think that's they're usually cool. In the early days, I mined BTC on a clunky PC, but over the years, I checked back in crypto, lost funds to collapse like Voyager. But when I was building, started a business from scratch when I was homeless with just a few $100 in my pocket. No investors, no shortcuts, just greed. 15 years later, I built something big, successful, but I was miserable. Hundreds of employees, so I walked away, left my company at the worst possible moment, financially speaking, and choose peace over profit. Walked away for pennies on the dollar, zero regrets. No employees, location freedom, something I'm passionate about, if I could control. So at least that's very similar to what I did. I mean, I ran a couple of companies, especially in the AI space. But I also was in academia. I was doing PhD in mathematics. I did PhD in mathematics. I was a research fellow at Oxford, and those were more peaceful times when actually you had like no employees, no people that were directly dependent on you. You just could do your research and trading, just pure trading and pure creating content. I think that's like the closest thing to academia you can get, even though on paper it might sound a little bit farther away. This is actually the closest you can get to it, because you basically doing everything for yourself. Of course, you can have some friends, you can talk with people on Telegram, Twitter, and so on, but basically you're doing everything for yourself, and that's pretty cool. And crypto ticked every box. I went all in, no half measures. I devoured everything: spot staking, DeFi, yield farms, anything I could touch. Eventually, I found my lane. Leverage futures, the ability to profit in any market condition. That was the edge. Today, I'm not here to ride waves. I'm here to help create them. And most importantly, if I can help others avoid the same mistakes and benefit from what I've learned, that's the highest ROI I'll ever get. Yep. This is so this is cool. Cool guy to follow. Let's see whether we have some other guys that are verified. We can also go by. I didn't log in, so yeah. I have to sign up in the first place because I didn't. And that will be useful here to see actually by PNL, because right now it's sorted by open value, which is also fine, but this is a little bit different. I wanted to see some of the guys. We are looking at this guy. This one is massively levered. Again, he's doing like max leverage on BTC and ETH, right? So he has like 25x and 40x, which is pretty crazy. Going a little bit down. Let's see how it goes. This is the scenario that we're looking for. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, just looking through the comments, what's happening, and if you have any questions, that's great. Good stuff is we're making money on funding because I guess more people are longing right now than shorting. Just looking at the comments here or there. If you have any questions on any platform, let me know. Okay, we're getting positive on Ethereum at least, so that's cool. I mean, yeah, those were not ideal entries, and I think like hype is for hype especially, because hype is usually super strong, so we actually might not get to this level. I'm more confident on ETH getting down than hype here, because hype is usually super strong. So that was probably a mistake trying to short hype. Let's see, we have to wait a little bit and see what happens. Well, in the worst case, it can take probably like, what, 1 hour, 2 hours to be where I want it to be, but I could also leave the stream and go and come back to where I need it. Yeah. Okay, I'll have to sign up later on. Okay, we're getting a small reversal. I'm less positive on hype. That was definitely too early for the position. So if we get closer to break even, I probably will be closing that around here. And for ETH and SOL, I think I'm positive we can get a much nicer PNL. Yeah, we're positive on Ethereum. Huh. Yeah, I was just thinking whether I should just close it and reopen it higher, but yeah. So far, holding the thing, we probably get this kind of price action. So we probably should, this is a little bit of the up trajectory. We should get, again, lower high and then proper down. Let's see what will happen. I mean, the general trend is down, so I wouldn't expect it to diverge from that. I wouldn't expect it to go much higher and hit the liquidation price here. That would be, well, that would be something, but yeah. Unless, of course, we get some kind of short squeezes. There's always this kind of shenanigans going on. So other than that, I think it's pretty clear downtrend here. And Ethereum has definitely a long way to go. Even though there's treasure companies buying Ethereum now, but I think they who wanted to buy already bought to some extent, so we get already pumped. I think I need to check that actually, but because there are some companies that still announce that they're going to do some buying, so that might not be priced in yet, but still they might wait for a better moment, and then before that we're going to see some choppy price action. So we're going to see that, like, treasure companies are one of the reasons why I think that we're going to be pretty bullish in the long term. But yeah, for now we're holding, seeing what's going to happen. Yeah, this is probably what more like we're going to see for Hype, maybe. Let's see. Well, in the worst case, if there's a lot of waiting, then probably I will have to either stop the stream and come back in a couple of hours and see what's happening there, or yeah. It was supposed to be short scalps, but you know, sometimes it's just much longer. In the end, that's not, you know, like it's a little bit different than proper casino, because you have to wait for the price action to go your way. Even though you can be right about the particular thesis or the price action, you have to wait it out. Sometimes the move is not right away. So yeah, there's a lot of waiting definitely going on. Also, I wanted to test out the setup because in the end, I probably want to stream more, but I can do something on the side right now. Apart from trading, I'm trying to write a couple of bots. I had some interesting ideas, I think, for calculating the spreads. So you want to have those larger positions where you have, like, you know, multi-perp positions. Some are long, some are shorts, and there's a lot of mathematics you can do. So this is something that's interesting for me, especially if you go more on the automatic trading side. But of course, trading by itself and clicking buttons is also great and fun. But I need to figure out how to, you know, do the two together in the best way. So probably this way I probably could have like longer streams as well, and just, you know, do some coding on the side while trading and also testing that live. Because I already have some bots. One of them is on Hyperliquid. I might be able to show that at one point. So far it's profitable actually, which is surprising, because I'm basically striving to have like delta neutral bots. They're trading with small amounts as well. I think they have like the bot that I'm running has like $100 to run. But so far it's doing definitely okay. And the idea here is that, you know, they have to be delta neutral, maybe slightly positive on the P&L, but what we're definitely counting on is some kind of an airdrop in the future, and this is basically the way to do a lot of volume in an automatic way, so you don't have to click everything manually. And do I want to close it or do I want to wait? Yep. Okay, this is cool. I don't want to get too greedy. We'll probably get a small bump right now. Let's see the other things. There's probably some dilation here when it comes to Hype and Soul. Yep. Dilation means that some of the things that happen with Ethereum will happen to Sol, but just like a couple seconds later or a couple of minutes later. Same for Hype. So that's why I closed the Ethereum position first, and then closing probably that soon. Yeah, I think that's whew, okay. I mean, would have been much better, but at least we are. This is the this is the first trade. So yeah, we have PNL of like $20, I guess, altogether. Going from the, if we if we manage to see that here, you can see that, yeah, the amazing PNL of $16. Fantastic. So that's well, altogether that's like what, 1%. Yep, that's 1%, 1.6. But yeah, happy to close that because I didn't. Well, we can also look at some of the other coins that are probably going down right now, that are, you know, those betas to the coins. So we're going to have a quick look at Pepe, where it's falling down or it's already recovering. Fart coin, let's see what's happening with Fart coin. I mean, we can do a quick scalp on Fart coin probably. Or can we? Let's see what's happening with some other coins that I like to short. Bonk might be interesting as well. Popcat. Yeah, that was maybe too fast entering the position, and this. But Firecoin is a great. I mean, there's a lot of volatility with Firecoin, so usually it's the really great coin for trading, especially if you want to quickly go someplace. Bonk is also very good. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going down actually. Let's Oh, there might be super funny long here. It's crazy that actually Fartcoin is doing so well on this move. So okay, we're betting on a small reversal here for Ethereum, and the stop loss should be somewhere at somewhere here for the invalidation, because otherwise we go super down. Okay, not great on Fartcoin. We probably don't want to go higher than this. I guess 1.4. Let's see. Yeah, maybe like, let's put here. So yeah, I wouldn't count on another V reversal here, but a little bit of positive price action definitely. It probably wouldn't be complete V reversal. What we're looking for here is, yeah, first of all, I can delete that one. So that played out very nicely. As you can see, we basically even touched the same levels here. I'll probably think like something like that might happen. And here, I don't really know. We can either go really down here and bounce like, you know, here, but there might be some kind of squeeze and we go down, up. But in the super short term, we're probably going to get a little bit of this kind of V reversal. Yep. Just not sure. Let's. I'm going to close that one and see what will happen next. And in the meantime, let's see whether we can do something here, or maybe find some other coin that we can do nice things. So Fartcoin is usually correlated with Solana to a certain extent. We could probably do something here. Solana, Wave, Popcat. Those are the coins that we can actually try to correlate with in order to, you know, smoothen out the PNL, for example. So you would, for example, long Popcat, short Fartcoins, stuff like that. Actually, Popcat is pretty badly correlated with Fartcoin. I mean, it is to a certain degree, but not that much. But something like Fartcoin and Solana is super close, and you probably would go with Fartcoin and Wave to a certain extent, maybe. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing actually. Yeah, so Bitcoin and Ethereum are super correlated. Well, they used to be super correlated. Right now they're a little bit correlated, but you had this amazing curve of like Bitcoin to Ethereum where it went down for like a year straight, I think. It got a little bit better lately with Ethereum going up, but still it's far from the top. And I think we don't see a proper alt season unless we get it much higher, and Ethereum will be much higher. Yep. Yeah, so right now it's pretty much in the middle of what I would do. That's why I'm waiting, because it's basically, if it goes down right now, I would long. If it goes up, I'm going to short. And I'm basically betting on this mean reversion in the short term. But I just don't know what happens. And it seems that the price a little bit stabilized, so other participants also don't know what will happen. Yeah. Fartcoin is very strong also. I mean, Fartcoin and Hype were quite strong. Yeah, actually I would bet more on a Hype going up actually, because it was down only for quite some time actually already. And it's getting in a very interesting, like, good territory when it comes to price wise. Of course, this is some kind of invalidation, so 377 maybe. That's going to be the stop loss here. I'm trying to hedge the Fartcoin short to a certain extent, because I'm not sure it will go down that much. But who knows? Yeah, maybe I can actually do Solana long here as a hedge, because if Solana starts going down massively, then basically this also will mean that Fartcoin should go down, and we should be fine then. So something like, usually you can calculate those numbers, how much you want to, what should be exact weights depending on like a couple of stuff. But here I'm just doing yellow. There are like different parameters you can run in order to have like a proper hedge. Let me just, I'm going to close that and see what happens. No, that should be fine. So we have a little bit more exposure on the long side, but to be honest, probably still not equally weighted in the end, because Fartcoin has much higher volatility than both Hype and Sol. So even though we probably get stopped out on Fartcoin, and we still might be running Hype and Sol up. So right now it's still not a perfect position, but we're going to see what will happen. Well, in the end, I think like Fartcoin might stop in this region. That would be the goal here for this kind of position. If it goes something like that, that would be great. So if Sol goes down a lot, then Fartcoin should go with it, and we should be fine. Yeah, and on the other hand, if everything will go up, then that would also mean we should be fine to a certain extent. I don't know, we might be positive or close to it, but yeah, not perfect, not perfect. Let me just so yeah, PNL for now it's negative, but yeah, what did we learn today? Maybe this one. Okay, this is the first one, and then we did Fartcoin, Hype, Sol, and we're going to see the results. Yeah, actually I want to close that and probably open ETH long. Can do that on cross. Okay, it seems like we should go at least a little bit up. I think this scenario should be what we're getting. So this means that we get a little bit on even Sol longs, lose a little bit more on Fartcoin short, but maybe it gets levered out in the end. Let me close that quickly. Yeah, Fartcoin is going high. It's super strong. I'm going to close these things just stay with Fartcoin. Again, you should cut losers, probably not winners, but this is the learning experience. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, it's not that clear what will happen next. I mean, because you had this view reversal, and you can either start making things like that, or you could basically go somewhere at least much higher. But do you? I think like we're still in a downtrend, so except for, well, Fartcoin wasn't a lucky coin, definitely. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm thinking how much we're going to lose if we 135. Yeah, I'm thinking about just leaving it. Not great, but yeah. Let's see what else we have. Seems like all those memes are reversing. Bonk is strong. Well, another lesson is that I should probably stick more with Ethereum and Solana, things like that, that I know much better the pricing of. Fartcoin, I don't usually trade it that much, so mostly, I think I hold spot at some point, but I don't really do it on Perps. And it's much more unpredictable compared to, for example, Ethereum or Solana. Yeah, let me. By the way, high point 10% down today, so that's pretty massive. Oof. Yeah, I'm not so sure about Fartcoin. Init is cool, but too low of the leverage, so I don't think we We should mostly go with 10x leverage at least to have chances of doing anything substantial. It's crazy that Farcoin actually did less than 1% loss over 24 hours, which means it's super strong. So especially if you compare that to like Hyperliquid, which got minus 10%. So some of those meme coins are really doing well. Like if you look at, for example, again, like Bonk, 4%, Pepe, 5%, Farcoin, what Wave, 5%. They're holding pretty well. I mean, there are coins who did much worse. Let's see what XRP is doing. Yeah, XRP is thriving. Let's see whether we can do a quick scalp here. Okay, I'm going to leave it and look at a couple of other things as well. Looking at GigaWrecked people is also interesting. Those are guys who have over $1 million in negative P&L. And you can also have guys who have, good market direction, but for some reason they did super wrong. Wow, this one has $200 million combined position on Perps. Oh, I see. So it's minus $60 million on Ethereum, and he just was holding through from 2,800, which is crazy. Okay. Small scalp we're going to get with. I'm trying to yeah, probably what I will do, because I want to end the stream. I think we're almost running for 2 hours. I really have to, I will just leave it overnight, because I really believe that it's going to go down. And if not, I mean, the stop loss, I mean, we can get a tighter stop loss, I think. Let's see what we can do. We probably can do 3. That would be tight. No, that's too tight. That's too tight. Now let's stay with 0.4. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, if we lose that, then that's okay. We still have, other than this fart coin short, we are in profit. So we did close to like $50, and I think this fart coin short should be fine in principle. I mean, anything can happen, right? It's in the end, but I'm going to leave it overnight, and probably maybe what I will do is actually take profit. So we don't want to be super super greedy here, but I think it should be should enter this zone here. So we probably can do a stop loss like 995. That should be that should be fine. Yeah, like $28. Yeah, we're not greedy, we just want to have our money back. Yep, and that's going to be it. I mean, we have the position defined. If it keeps on running, then it's fine in this range, because we're going to make money from funding, which should be, we should make money from that. So until next stream, I'm not going to close that position. We have the take profit, we have the stop loss, so it's a good bracket, I think. And other than that, use the code PC Crypto if you want to trade on Hyperliquid. We're gonna have some fun on different trades, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm probably going to trade, I think, stream once or twice per week. I'm counting on Fridays, maybe also do something like Monday, Tuesday. Definitely not the weekend, maybe, or maybe because there's not enough price action to anything interesting happening. Usually the interesting price action is every day of the week can be very interesting, but Mondays are interesting as well. Gonna to leave it here, and let's see what will happen. As I've mentioned, everything will be is recorded. I think you can find it on YouTube as well, so that's great. We're going to have it logs, TBD, fartcoin short going. There's use PC Crypto code. Boom. Yep, that's it for the first streaming session. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel wherever you're watching. So follow, sub, or do anything. We're going to have some fun over the summer, especially with the price action like that. Thank you for watching, and see you in the